I don't know how it happened. Well, sorry guys. I've just unlisted the last 24 hours of videos. I somehow screwed up and lost the ability to use this Hypercast thing, HyperX, whatever, solo cast. Sorry about that. There was no mic. I thought I was had mic for all this time, but no, unfortunately, no. You were getting any commentary from me, which is great because, you know, I mean, like my wife says, I do drone on. But yeah, sorry about that. I'll probably redo a couple of these, but I'll just have it on my to-do list to redo them. At least I'll try to remember. Come back and, you know. Yeah, that's shitty. Do I even have copies of the recent stuff? I might have deleted a bunch to save space. Oh dear. Oh. No, I don't think so. Unfortunately, I must have deleted them all to save space. I'll just have to redo them. 527. Jesus. No, wait. I got that one. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay, phew. Okay. Wow, I did a lot that day, huh? Okay, asset sorting, 47. Got that. 15 minutes. Okay, was that? Okay, unrelated, I can get rid of that. So that was Abyssal, and that was the other Abyssal. Great. That was the, okay. And 20, I think that was, yeah, okay. 5. Okay. And then yeah, that was uneventful. 5 seconds, 11 minutes. Yeah, unnecessary. 123, yep. Yeah, this one. It was really weird. I'm trying to figure out the sound effect of the system scan, system ping. Sensor overlay, SFX. Alright. Okay, yeah, I can go in and repair the damage I've done by not speaking. I know, you'll have to listen to my dulcet tones again. Damn. I'm horrified. I was worried it was going to be longer.
Of human capacity, and again, it's
need to do that. I'd been listening to NumComp too much and wasn't paying attention to mining, so it's kind of like a time sensitive thing, so I screwed up there. Yeah, these guys, the amount of a-holes in HiSec doing the home front is just hilariously funny. Yeah, they're so offended. Outraged. How dare you steal my site? sightseeing, dude. you're, they're making like 800 ISK per hour, probably doing like 3 sets of 5 tunes, all named alike, right? Like, it's so funny. It's like, and oh, I'm sorry. Did I rain on your parade for a few moments here? Yeah, it was pretty funny. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. Like, I had no idea how easy the home fronts could be, and how meta they are. Just like, high sec combat sites or low sec gas sites or mining ice belts. Just the glumping of the idiots, just trying to outmob everybody else. It's like, wow, okay, you go, girlfriend. Yeah, wow. That was that, and yeah, this is now. Wow. Yeah, I'll be. Yeah. Uh, yeah. So. Yeah, they're super. I mean, Jesus, I saw one team of 5 alts, 1 day old, in cruisers, just parked, not giving a care in the world whether they're jammed or not. They looked like they were self-repping, and they were just repping one thing. It was simple. It was the holy aid thing, and it was just like, after the shock of dealing with abyssal recovery, which to me is just like, whoa, on levels of craziness, like random enemies, random types, random, like everything in the book you'll get in one mission. You'll just get a lump, and just they'll keep warping into the more and more and more and more. How long can you last? And it's like, is this representative? No, of course not. Holy Aid is just like, holy Hannah. It's like, this is just 1 day old noobs. 1 day old alts can do this in cruiser. They're obviously skill injected, and they're making ISK hand over fist, probably shuffling their teams nearby MR, and I'm sure it's all over the place, and just coordinating via alts and what teams are going to go where, and just farming this stuff insanely. And it's just like, ooh. And it's so easy, so simple, and you get so rich from it. It's like, noobs aren't going to be able to compete against the apps. Like, you go to one, they're already there doing it, right? A new something comes up, you go there, they're already doing it. It's it's like low sec gas and high sec combat sites. That's why you don't see any combat sites in high sec, because people are always doing them. So it's like, it's very meta, and it's amazing how, like, I'll try slowly, I'll try all of them, and just, what the hell? Because if you can do, with 5 characters, right, the rewards are home front rewards, yeah. Yeah, it was weird because I was at the gate and it was like, what the hell? It's hilarious. Wow. I was just sitting at the gate. I wasn't preparing it, and I was getting the rewards, blah blah blah, and I'm like, what the hell, right? But when I was in the site, I was getting rewards. Anyways, whatever. I'm sure this is just very anecdotal. All right, home front rewards, Eve Online rewards. Where is home front operations? So the scaling. Where's the scaling? Yeah, 17 million each for only 5. So if there's 10, you're only getting that much per. So, right? So, yeah. I think it was getting a fraction of that when I was at the Excel gate. I'm not sure. I wasn't really paying attention. But yeah, 17 million per, and if you do that every 15 minutes, that's what, 60? Yeah, around 60. So you're essentially bringing in per character times what? Let's say every 20 minutes. No, no, no. They're doing it hard. So yeah, every 15 minutes. So that's 68 million per character. So that's equivalent of one person doing agitated abyssal. And why would you, like, it's, yes, it's a lot of money. You can, it scales well for five, but of course they're doing it with probably three groups, at least three groups of people. These people run with 15 accounts per guaranteed. I've seen, like you've seen, me pointing out 45 people, 45 alts of this one guy. So, and he was ex-pirate or something, right? So yeah, duh, it's coming out their ears. They can have seed capital to start this going, right? So yeah, I mean, sure, it might be insane. It's also heavily contested. Good luck finding a clear site. These people, well, there's no point. Like, you find one, they're running it. Go find another, right? Go migrate elsewhere. These people are obviously gaming the system by having multiple teams of 5 alts each of their, little alt army doing it all at once. Obviously, to prevent others from, if you can do this like crazily, then other people will give up, right? Somebody's already there. Oh, I'll go elsewhere, right? So near MR, I'm sure it's the crazy competition like this. But yeah, it's nothing crazy for one person, but when you combine it by five, and then you go three of them, you're talking a billion an hour for this person with no risk, absolutely no risk. It's always the same. Nothing crazy happens. Always the same resist holes. Just yada yada yada, and one of the old alts and cruisers can do it. So it's just like you're making a billion an hour if you've got 15 accounts, and some people do that, right? I mean, honestly, you could probably do it alpha, Christ's sake. I mean, these people could be alpha players. That's like, I don't know if you could do it tweaking, cheating by having it on one computer, but the EULA is meant for, the end user license is on one computer. The end user license on another computer is another one. It's an end user thing. That's duh. So they could essentially have, like, and CCP has said they're bigger fish to fry than people abusing this alpha thing, right? And they might be right, but at the same time, it's like, oh my god, right? So it's potential, but if people are doing that, they're probably RMTing, right? I mean, let's not be naive here and think people are just like, right? This is grinding, right? You are working basically, and they're obviously so selfish and mean spirited. Like, I've witnessed it firsthand. They're just like, high sec ice or anybody who's just, got all this angst and wants to be rich now and is angry that they're not millionaires. These people are probably alt-right and probably incel and probably highly angsty and vicious and calling everybody else bots. It's like, lol, okay. Look at your name choices. Yeah, it's like just ridiculous name choices. Yeah, like, This one guy actually had the nerve to call me a bot, reporting you bot. And I'm like, okay, nice to meet you too. While I was sightseeing in his site, I'm sure he was offended I lowered his income for that one 15-minute period. Oh my god, you're not making $1 billion an hour? Oh, shockers. As obviously these people are alts of nullsec blocks who have been given a meta of using executors and probably using all the same fits, and it's all the same meta, and blah blah blah, and it's like, this is not the game I signed up for, so you fill your boots. I don't care. It's like, it's like, whoop de frickin' ding. It's like, sure, you're making $1 billion now. Great, good for you. Wow. Right? Wow. But yeah, so far, Bissell retrieval, incredibly hard, incredibly silly. When you could be doing, like, each one looks like it needs a different fit and a different ship to do it. And this is just complete overkill. I mean, I'm sure, like, let's game it out. I mean, I don't have to take long doing this crap. Okay, so no afterburner, whatever, just warp in the site, who cares, whatever. Bleh. Capacitor stuff. Don't even care about being jammed. Capacitor stuff, 3 reppers, whatever, who cares. And 1 repper in the low, and probably the thermal majorly, and then some explosive hole to fill in. Yeah, I was getting attacked, and I had a huge explosive hole. I wasn't even worried. I had 2 medium reps on me. I wasn't even sweating. I'm like, what the? And once I found out the damage types, I'm laughing my ass off. It's like so stupidly easy to do. And the guy was the one they all alt. Yeah, I'm sure he skill injected to get his people up and running so he could get another set of 5 to even do even more sites, right? Ugh. So yeah, super easy. Didn't even see any drones, right? He probably didn't even have the skill for drones. He was doing this 3 months, right? Like a couple of weeks after Havoc came out, right? So these people are 3 months old at the oldest, 1 day old at the youngest, and they're just, blotting out the sky with the executors. And it's so funny because it's like, wow. So it's like stupidly easy, right? It's like doing high-sec combat sites, or huffing gas in low, right? I mean, that doesn't scale well, but, and neither does high-sec combat sites. But if you're multi-boxer and you want to grind out the ISKIs, oh my god. Well, if you can compete against it's just relentless chasing after sites constantly, and there's no way you're going to find a site near MR that's not plagued by the locusts. And it's just amazing. It's like, oh my god. And it used to be worse, apparently. Axoid Max, a friend of mine, said he was making billions, and I'm like, yeah, because it was spawning in the same system. It would respawn in the same damn system. So you just endlessly just cycle through them, and it was just, oh my god. And I haven't tried the others, but I doubt they're good. Any of them are going to be as hard as the Abyssal Retrieval, or as complicated. I mean, Holy Aid was one thing you had to rep. And it's like, holy crap, And you could probably shield rep it. I mean, I was looking at it going, it's being attacked. It not only does it have shield listing, but it's got armor listing and hull listing. And what you could probably, like, I probably use my freaking other thing, the shield one. Like, how applicable will it be? Yeah, totally. It's like it's so anemic, and you'd have, how much did I'd have EM, and I'd probably just drop freaking the EM and go with explosive shield, and that's even cheaper. I could go with a Gistum A type explosive shield, right? It's just bananas. Um, and I wasn't being jammed at all. I had 3 jammers on my guys, and I had remote Cebus with ECCM, and I was like 67 sensor strength. Oh yeah, no worries whatsoever at all, ever. Wow. Yeah, and I had a yeah, it's bananas. So you might be able. I think I'll if I'm if I find one nearby, I'll go in with a shield reference. Like you just have to keep it from dying. So it's not like you have to rep it from low armor up. You just have to keep it from dying. So it's like, oh, okay. Well, I guess I could use this for both the I don't know what, right? I guess I'll try it next time I see it nearby. Yeah, crazy, huh? Oh yeah. And there's no nuding. There was no nuding. And they were oh my god, it was so hilariously stupid. So yeah, these people I is it their fault that they're making ISK hand over fist? No. CCP's idiocy that has made it right? Ugh. It's just so hilariously silly. But yeah, I mean, oh, one can guess at their fit, and it's just so silly. But are you willing to compete against the absolute Locustville, right? I mean, these people are doing it for months. What the hell? Why are they talking in local? Oh, okay. Um, I've probably blocked somebody. Is he still here? He's gone. It's 420. Too funny. Yeah, and I finally found out about well, a day late and a dollar short. Found out about Ashtarothi's expose self doxing about yeah his cousin. Well, more importantly, his underage freaking cousin by too many freaking years. Adolescent, pretty much. Probably just hit puberty. That girl. And unfortunately, I want to sympathize with him with his situation because he seemed a nice guy and he seemed like a kind of person who'd learn from his mistakes. And yes, it was long in the past, yada yada. He was 21 when it happened. I know, right? But the language he used and the words he used are troubling in the sense that he's using words like mistake instead of immoral. He's using words like she gave in to temptation instead of what his all about. And to gloss over that, he would use words like, "Oh, it was my situation with my ex-spouse and my home was destroyed," and using that instead of talking about his that he'd given into his temptations. It sounded kind of awkward. Like he's a great lore master. I do dislike him because he's a white knight, but I have been recommending people get the 1 million skill point thing from his referral. Because he's done a great thing for the community with the lore stuff. But now I'm doubting that, and I'm going to wait a week and rewatch his explanation. And if the words are not there that I'm looking for about it being immoral and he, talking about his giving into his own temptation and he learned his lesson and, he's a better person now because of the help he's gotten. But if I don't hear those words, I'll probably just start recommending people go to Torvald's YouTube to get his referral link and reward him and support him for the 1 million skill point thing, redeem thing. Yeah, it's too bad. But no, I mean, I'm not going to write Astrothy off yet. I just found out about it today. I need to recover from the shock of it, and then I'll have an objective rewatch and look for those words. Not just treat him like, oh, he's using the wrong words. Well, okay, well, I use shitty words all the time. So I'll just look for the proper words, and if they're not forthcoming, but maybe I'm just, being, it's because it's shocking and it's like, oh, great, it's not your cousin, it's an underage girl, for Christ's sake, that you took advantage of. And yes, whatever, she was probably said the right words to get into your pants, but that's her issue. That's her problem. Your problem was not being a proper adult figure for her, and probably she's, daddy issues are because daddy issues, I don't know why they happen, but when they do happen, it's people with girls with daddy issues, women with daddy issues form inappropriate relationships with males. And Ashtarothi seems to be having inappropriate relationships with women, and if he's got mommy issues, he needs to deal with that. Right? But yeah, that's I'm looking for words like that. And yes, he's hopefully not, like, if he doesn't use the proper words, he's definitely Kevin Spacey material. If he does use the proper words, I'm going to look at it as Louis C.K. What Louis C.K. did was gross and non-consensual, right? He apologized for it. He owned up to it. It was hard. He took a hit, right? But yeah, I mean, I respect him for that. But yeah, I'll rewatch the video later and see if Ashrathi's worth being cool with, right? Forgiving him for that. And moving on, knowing he's learned his lesson, and that I'm not promoting somebody who is refusing to own up to the immorality of his own act. If that's the case, then it's like, awkward. But yeah, I'll just have to. His lore is valuable because I don't have to do it, right? I don't have to delve into the lore because it's not being done by CCP. And if he turns out to be somebody I can't refer in the future to, then I'll have to do my own hard slogging instead of being lazy and saying, oh, go to Ashtaroth's, he's got a great site and stuff like that. So that's going to be shitty, but I hope I don't have to. And I hope I hear the right words. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. It's kind of upset, but when something like that happens, I was not upset when Matani got the boot, because that was non-consensual. That was a Louis C.K. thing, and Matani is zero compunctions about empathy or any understanding of what he did. So, right? It wasn't. Matani's mindset is. Yeah, I mean, it could have been the same mindset as Louis C.K., honestly. But I don't think he's mature enough to, right? I think Matani did it because he could. and maybe Louis C.K. did that what he did because he could. Um, but yeah, just got no sympathy for him. Yeah, he came from 4chan. He came from awful forums. You can go back to that, and Goon tries to distance themselves from that, but no. There, yeah, I don't have any respect for null sec blocks. I never have. Never wanted to be a part of it. I tried to, but it was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is disgusting. So I got out of it. But yeah. Ugh. Sad. The drama. But yeah, get over it emotionally, but be wiser for it. And I'm glad I found out. I'm glad he came out and talked about it, because I can, he wanted to stand up and tell a story, and I heard it, and I'll re-listen to it, and if it doesn't cut the mustard, right, then I'll need to do what I need to do. But yeah, he's going to take a hit for this, if so. But Louis C.K. came across as somebody who was immoral. And actually, that's interesting. Now that I mention it, was I just sympathetic too much to Louis C.K.? Was he using the right words, or was he saying the same thing that I think I heard from Ashrathi? It was a mistake instead of immoral. Blaming them instead of his own temptations. Saying it was a personal issue on his own life that caused him to be this shitty, and that kind of thing. So I'm curious now. Gonna go and read his apology, or listen to his apology. Kind of curious now. All right.